It's my pleasure to introduce Congressman Rob Woodall of the Georgia 7th District.
Andrew was kind to try to boost me up with some good bio. The truth is you were slated to get a chairman from Congress today, and you traded down to me. The chairman of the Aviation Subcommittee is also on the Intelligence Committee, and you may think that's just a convenient excuse. I'm on the Intelligence Committee. I can't tell you where I'm going or how long I'll be there, but I can't be with you for lunch today. Not true. Chairman Lobiondo was whisked away with the Intelligence Committee. I think they left last night. And so I'm happy to be with you today. I'm happy to be with you for a couple of different reasons. I'm comfortable being in this position of being second fiddle. Andrew talked about Brett Baer. We were going back to have a alumni day at Marist High School, and of course, Brett and I graduated the same year, and they said, Rob, can you come back and speak at the alumni breakfast? I said, I'd be happy to. They said, well, we're bringing in Brett Baer, too. I said, that's great. I said, what's that going to look like? They said, well, you're going to come in for the free breakfast on Tuesday morning, and then Brett's going to come in for the $2,000 a plate dinner Wednesday night. And I said, well, that kind of helps me to understand where we are in value. And the question I want to ask to you is, where do you think your Congress is in value? Who has a relationship with George Neal? Anybody know George? George? Hands up for folks who know George. Know George, okay. Who's going to say they actually have a relationship with George? Pick up the phone, give him a call, feel comfortable visiting with him. All right, I'm counting those. Who knows the name of their United States congressman? All right. Who's got a personal relationship with their United States congressman? I'm getting my answer about relevancy right here in this room. And Georgia, if you weren't looking back there, relevancy landed with you less than us. I want to tell you that you have an amazing opportunity in your Congress today, and you're letting it slip if you don't get in the door and have that personal relationship. And here's why. Ordinarily, I would not have come by to speak to you today because I prefer to go to rooms where I know I'm going to be the most knowledgeable person there. Right? I serve on the powerful House Rules Committee. I promise you not a one of you knows anything about Rule 11 in our jurisdiction more than I do. I serve on the Budget Committee. There's not one of you who's more focused on when Social Security is going to be underfunded, what our price pressures are on Medicare, or what the interplay is between interest rates, national debt, and economic growth. But in your industry, there aren't 3 offices on Capitol Hill you can walk into where you won't be the smartest one in the room. And I tell you, that is a wonderful problem to have. Most of the United States Congress, you may not have done the math, most of the United States Congress is brand new. I've been there 6 years. I came in that big freshman class of 2010. Most of the Congress got there when I did, or even more recently. We've been pushing out a lot of the talent that's been there for a long time. We've been moving away from some of the seniority-driven practices. In fact, on the Transportation Committee, our transportation chairman is term limited. This will be his last year as chairman of the Transportation Committee. We're going to bring in somebody new, and that means 2 things. Number one, it means that when you walk in the door and share your story, you're going to make a difference. You're not going to find somebody who thinks they know it all already. You're going to find somebody who thinks it's fascinating, and they would love to hear it from someone who's involved. Who doesn't get excited about transcontinental railroads? Who doesn't get excited about what goes on at Kitty Hawk? In fact, if I can ask, who's the oldest person in this room? Is somebody going to confess to that? Do I have an octogenarian here by chance? Octogenarian, come on, confess to me. Because there's something about your industry that makes us all feel like kids. Right? There's something about dreaming that big dream, thinking about the science fiction of our youth. It makes us feel like we're young and on that cusp, because you all are. Make a point of getting to know your United States Congressman, and it will make a difference in what your regulatory structure looks like. It will make a difference in what the investment in the industry looks like. It will make a difference in who is trusted to move forward. We're always balancing in Congress freedom and security, and your industry is no different, right? I'm a wonderful driver. I attest that to you. Never been in an accident, knock on wood. I'm comfortable driving 115 miles an hour on our nation's roadways. I'm just not comfortable with you driving 115 miles an hour on our nation's roadways. So we trade away the freedom to drive quickly for the security of knowing we won't die on the roadways. Your industry is at that same nexus. What are we going to trade away in terms of opportunity to lead the world? Pardon me. What are we going to trade away in terms of whether it's space, whether it's competing financing, whether it's competing interests? Where are we going to go in that area? And you can lead that debate in ways that we can't on Capitol Hill. I would encourage you to listen to the member of the Space Committee, Jim Bridenstine's coming in to be your lunch speaker. Jim's from Oklahoma. He's an incredibly talented member, new member as well. Listen to Jim. My goal is to completely eliminate all of Jim's jurisdiction over this issue and suck it all into the Transportation Committee, right? My goal is to so normalize what's going on here that it's not an issue of the Space Subcommittee. It's just a plain old ordinary issue in the Aviation Subcommittee. And there's support here on the front row from Jim Bridenstine. He's going to tell you that we have an opportunity. It's hard if you think Congress has the fix in and everybody knows it all already. But the worst thing that can happen to me or Jim is to wake up one day when the opportunity to cast your vote is gone and realize you missed an opportunity to make a difference. It was not a foregone conclusion that America was going to lead the world in this commercial space. It's the result of hard work from Table 10 and Table 30 and Table 29 from George and his team, from all the folks who were taking risk. It was not a foregone conclusion, but you drove that wave of success. I can do two things with a voting card in the United States Congress. I can ride your wave, or I can quash it. There's not a man or woman in that institution who wants to quash it on purpose. But calming that wave by accident is the easiest thing in the world to do. Please make a point. Make time in your schedule. Go find your member of Congress. It's the bottom rung of the federal regulatory ladder. Folks will want to hear from you, and it is an investment that will pay dividends, not just for you and your industry. It's an investment that will pay dividends for all of our children and all of our grandchildren when we put this industry on the same lists of course, that's the way America went, as we do with Kitty Hawk and railroads and beyond. Thank you for letting me come and try to dispel the myth of a Congress where the fix is in. Thank you for letting me tell you sincerely that our success or failure rides entirely on you and the big brains if you're willing to lend them to us. Thank you very much for letting me be with you today. I'm grateful.